3 wickets for 23.
Yeah.
Very impressive. She also, when we were playing up at Durham on Friday, she changed the game with a maiden over after a very impressive power play from the Diamonds.
Trying to miss this time. Didn't quite get up as Ollie Pope was perhaps expecting. Yeah. I saw a bit of Danny Gregory last year. Seems like she's got a bit more energy in her action. Perhaps the pace was really there today, and you know, a leg break bowler at any standard, they need to find the right optimum pace for the pitch, and seems like she's really found that. I was really impressed with her today. I thought she was superb.
Yeah, she was incredible.
Even with giving himself a little bit of room, that is a wide in anybody's book. So Meredith had to bowl that one again. Just lost his way a tiny bit in this over. Oh, two very good overs up front. And Bryony Smith as well.
Yeah.
So that was announced this afternoon, so she's signed on for next year as skipper.
Yeah, first official Surrey women's professional signing. And what a signing.
Been part of the furniture around here for a few years, of course. Slow ball bouncer into the pitch. Oh, another collision. They're okay, thankfully. But it does mean they're going to give up a couple of runs. That's frustrating. So a single to 3. It's not the first time there's been a breakdown in communication out there in the bleachers from a couple of Somerset outfielders. A bit messy all round, Emma.
Yeah, put a name on that one.
Been blemish free, Somerset. So, yeah, you can see on your screens, join Surrey Cricket's WhatsApp channel. So, get your phones out, folks, scan that QR code, and you get the following: highlights, news alerts, and other great Surrey content. New initiative by the club this year. It's already been taken up enthusiastically by a number of fans of the club. As you see there, just scan that QR code, opens up a whole new world of possibilities for you. This summer. He stays in the shot, doesn't he, Emma? Doesn't overhit it. Plays 80% power and keeps his shape and control beautifully.
Just looks so effortless.
He's in the prime form of his life here. 76 was his career best in this format against Glamorgan in the previous game. He's on course to threaten that. 69 from 29 deliveries. What a hand, considering he came in 3 down. Wide this time by Ben Green, doesn't get away with it. So, Surrey, having started so ignominiously, are now 127 for 3 in the 13th, going at 10s. And with plenty of batting to follow. That's in the gap as well, that beats extra cover, and that will run away for 4 more. He's unstoppable. So it brings up a 100 partnership between these two. Jamie Smith, 73 of them, thank you very much. Hit 14 sixes in his last match time, 31 and 39. Last 70 balls, he's hit 14 sixes in this competition. What a player. He's having summer of his dreams here. So a couple of the time of his life. Emma's going to depart to bring Yaz back in. We'll have more from her in the second half of the evening. Suddenly, Surrey are bossing this, 139-3. Yeah, he certainly is. What a player to have down there at number 5 as well.
Yeah, 111 runs between the two of them. James has hit 80 of 32 deliveries. 8 sixes against the Morgan. 7 so far against Somerset.
So, Roloff Van der Merwe. He bowled 2 overs for 30. So he's up against it. And he's played on, Ollie Pope. Little bottom edge onto off stump, has to go. Somerset needed that.
Yeah, he's such a competitive Van der Merwe. And if there's one player you really back to rest the game back in your favour, it is Van der Merwe. Such a fiery character. Never ever gives up. And that's a really, really big wicket. And he lets out that customary roar that he always does. And that's a really good knock from Ollie Pope. It's been a tough summer so far from him. And maybe on the scorecard, 40 off 32 doesn't look particularly quick, but it's a game of partnerships. And he's played second fiddle to James Smith brilliantly, giving the strike to Smith. He identified that Smith was in. I mean, he's identified all season, I'm sure, but Smith's in some not. There's some nick.
Jordan Clark is the new man. Tom Curran was carded to come in at 6, but it's going to be Clark. It's a long ball, of course.
I feel like lots happened in 13.1 overs, but 139 for 4. Almost forgot that Somerset had Surrey at 28-3 after 3.5 overs.
Yeah, well, when a player of Smith's talent in prime form takes the stage, then he has the ability to bend the game to his will. And that's what we've seen here. Surrey were crying out for somebody to step up. 28 for 3. The back end of the power play, and Smith has just been imperious, unstoppable.
Clark's job will be to do exactly what Ollie Pope was doing. Knock it in the gaps, get Smith on strike.
Tied down for the first couple here. Van der Merwe coming back into it here. Began this over with 30 to his name from 2. Now he's picked up a wicket and 3 dots. Meanwhile, with all due respect to Papua New Guinea fans, we can all breathe a sigh of relief. The West Indies have won. Clark is away. The West Indies have inched home by 5 wickets in the end against Papua New Guinea on day 2 T20 World Cup. And at one point, they were in something of a pickle, so that is it's a good and necessary result, I would say, for the home team and for the health or otherwise of the tournament.
And also for all the pundits who are killing them to go all the way.
Jamie Smith's cranky with himself because he can only pick up a single.
Really good over this from Van der Merwe. Just 2 runs off it so far, and the important wicket of Ollie Pope. There have been a couple of occasions already in this Surrey innings where Somerset have won the first 5 balls of the over and then conceded a boundary off the 6th.
Straight to extra cover, he's got to make it. He does comfortably. It means that Jordan Clark retained the strike. 1 for 2 for 4 with half a dozen remaining. So it's a fascinatingly poised point in this innings, really. Meanwhile, coming up in 6 weeks or so, Saturday 13th of July, England versus New Zealand in the Vitality IT20 series. Here at Kia, of course. Scan that QR code for all the information you need regarding tickets. There are still some available. It's going quick, and it's a sign of the times, really. Women's cricket across the country is boom time. something on it here, Jordan Clark, and get James Smith back on strike.
Yeah, good little spell this for Somerset. They've not been able to stop the Smith show really for some time, and they've done so by just not giving him the strike really. Jordan Clark taking a little while to get going, 2 of 5.
Not got much of it, I think he'll just drop between the two.
Perfectly placed. I'm still not that sure what to make of the pitch, because Jamie Smith 8 on of 33, he's obviously doing okay. But the other end has not been easy for Surrey batters. It was a really good innings from Pope, but it was not a typically powerful, destructive T20 innings.
And Smith's shots have generally been in his arc. As you rightly say, he has this knack of being able to get underneath the slow bowlers and hit them straight off the back foot, which is an extraordinary skill in itself. But Toad this time, he will get away with it. Jordan Clark's going to try and come back for a second, and he'll make his ground comfortably. So 2 more to Jamie Smith. Everything running his way.
I think you're right. When the ball's not been in the arc of Smith's swing, there haven't been many deliveries all game that have been well timed by batters who've gone to play an attacking aerial shot.
Reminds me of the game last year here against Hampshire. Yeah, gonna bowl that one again.
You're seeing here that, I know that ball's wide, but 3 runs off the first 3 deliveries of the over. Ball having a little bit of success taking pace off the ball. And I often think in T20 cricket that one of the advantages of batting first is seeing the other side take some time to work out what works on that specific pitch.
Bullish in the slot, whacked. 4 more. What a player.
What a shot again. Quicker and fuller from Jake Ball. And Smith has drilled that mark the stumps all the way to the boundary for 4. That shot brings up the Surrey 150. Brought up in the 15th over. 14.4 overs gone. Eyeing up a score of north of 200 here. And I think another thing about Smith is I think he's very clever in what areas of the ground he targets at a typical time. So in that Glamorgan game, very, very short straight boundaries, and here the boundary that he was targeting against Van der Merwe was straight and on the offside, the sort of long off pitch, which is probably the shortest boundary we've got here.
Well bowled by Jake Ball. He's gambling, and it's paid off for those last couple of deliveries. Okay, so 15 gone, 150 for 4.
Look at the speed on there. 4 off-pace deliveries in that over from Jake Ball. It was a decent over, and the one boundary he did concede was one of the 3 pace-on deliveries.
Yeah, just going back briefly to the Hampshire game from last year, which I think may have been Surrey's first game in the tournament at home. And John Turner, who's a tall, fast bowler, explored the middle of the pitch, and Surrey's top order went the same way then as they did today. That's it, high, long on, he's coming around, and he's not going to make it, so it drops just at his feet. Jordan Clark proved 2 more.
And I think that the Surrey top order today demonstrated it's very hard to clear the square boundaries here that came over, because they are enormous. 3 wickets falling early, all caught in the deep, all caught by Tom Lambie.
It should be taken. Steadied himself. Is the new man, and he's in sparkling form himself.
Surrey is almost a batting all-rounder now in T20. His batting has come on so much in the last couple of years. Last year, in the summer across the glass and 100, he averaged 29 at strike rate of 156, 250s in there as well.
Well, they see him as a finisher, and so they hold him back for the last 20, 30 balls, knowing that he has the nous as well as the skill and the power to get around a run chase or a target to set.
Yeah, I can imagine he's a nightmare to bowl to, because you touch on. He's a very intelligent cricketer. The sort of batter who accesses awkward parts of the ground. And adapts his game accordingly.
So that first 100 will not happen today for Jamie Smith, but what an innings, 87 from 38 deliveries. The crowd will rise as one because this has been a special performance by a special player.
Yeah, Smith walks off to a standing ovation. Pat on the shoulder from the new man at the crease. Sean Abbott, and we look again, really good accurate Yorker from Ben Green that cannons off the boot of Jamie Smith onto the stumps. Seriously important over this from Ben Green, 2 wickets already. Sorry now, 6 down with still 4.2 overs of the innings remaining. This innings could go either way, Phil.
Yeah, indeed. 10 minutes ago it looked like Surrey were bossing it and looking at something like 210, 220. Sean Abbott joins Tom Curran, so the bowling all-rounders together of a piece. They're going to keep going, but they're going to have to be slightly mindful of getting too carried away with only 4 wickets in hand. They do bat all the way down. Nicked it off. Extra bounce by Ben Green. Thank you very much. 2 in the over. 3 in the over. 3 in the over. Tom Curran, the third man to go. Ben Green has changed this innings in a matter of half a dozen deliveries here.
Well, wickets have really fallen in clusters in this inning. We had 3 early wickets with a new ball, and now 3 wickets in and over from Ben Green. Ben Green was arguably the star of Somerset's record-breaking title win last year. 30 wickets on difficult overs. When you're home ground at Taunton, if the bowler is doing well when you're playing at home cricket at Taunton in limited over cricket, they're doing a seriously good job. And there he's completely changed the course of this innings. Sorry, suddenly, from having been 152 for 4 a couple of minutes ago, now 154 for 7, and they bat really deep. Cam Steele is a very capable batter coming in at number 9. They've still got Gus Atkinson who can whack it to come at number 10. So the batting's still there for Surrey. And you're seeing Somerset have a lot of success taking pace off the ball as Meredith comes in to bowl his 4th and final over.
I feel this is a key over in the context of what Surrey can manufacture here, because Riley Meredith is their star man. He's brilliant up top. He has just 5 deliveries left of his spell. They go for the kill here. Pushed hard to the mid-on. Comfortable single. Craig Overton is relatively deep there. Yeah, it's been an intriguing innings really when you look at the ball stats that running through this scorecard. Dan Lawrence 3, Laurie Evans 4, Jason Roy 9, Ollie Pope 40, Jamie Smith 87 from 38, and then Clark 5, Curran 1, binary scores. Mean for pace. This is good by the visitors. Hung in there, and they are now beginning just to twist this innings back in their favour.
We've got a lot of cricket here this summer already, Phil. Meredith, the quickest bowler we've seen in a domestic game here at the Kia Oval.
certainly up there. I can't think of anyone who's exceeded it. Bowled, and well played actually by Cam Steele, who's off the mark. I would say Gus Atkinson bowled a couple of spells with the older ball against Somerset actually, when he was particularly sharp. He changed the tempo of that innings after Somerset got off to such a good start. But yeah, certainly Meredith is right up there, and it's consistent pace as well.
Yeah.
Foolish again, bowling, non-stop, out the ground, on your way. Brilliant stuff by Riley Meredith. He's been a star today, Freefer.
Pace off that time from Meredith. As we so often see with the really, really fast bowlers, their slow balls can be particularly devastating. Such is the difference between the pace on and pace off deliveries. Their Surrey innings, having been rebuilt by Davy Smith and Ollie Pope, in danger of collapsing once more. They lose a fourth wicket in the space of 10 delivers, 4 wickets in 10 balls, and now they're 8 down with still 3.1 overs to go. And Gus Atkinson is a more than capable late order hitter.
It's not where they were expecting to be, especially not when Jamie Smith and Ollie Pope were ensconced. Foolish, well played.
That in an outstanding spell of bowling from Riley Meredith. 4 overs, 3 for 34, following up an outstanding performance on Somerset debut against Essex in the season opener. He's one of those bowlers whose international career has stalled because of the big three: Stark, Cummins and Hazelwood, play everything across formats, and then Meredith now 27. He's only played 6 games of international cricket. Injury has played a factor in that lack of international cricket as well, but you're watching a guy bowl high 80s miles per hour. If he was English, he would have a multi-year central contract.
Well, Gus Atkinson is very much in that bracket. He's got a job to do with the bat here. Again, pace off the ball. Ben Green is the master at that. With a bag of tricks. It played out beautifully for him in this tournament last year. And he's changed the tempo of this innings again here. 3 wickets in that previous over. Stalled Surrey's progress. Going back to that previous over, Sean Abbott won't want to look at that shot again, because he's been duped a little. He was a long way away from the delivery in the end. Gave himself room. Meredith held the line, and he was a good bat width away from it. Picks him out. Another catch for deep square. Now Gus Atkinson's got to go. 9 down. 4 catches to deep square left. Sean Dixon it is this time. Which rather sums up Surrey's innings. Jamie Smith accepted. They have rather handed the initiative over to Somerset from some rather injudicious shots at times. Another outfield catch, and suddenly, with still 3 overs remaining, we have number 11 with us.
Stunning collapses. 5 for 5 in the space of 2.1 overs. It's been really good cricket from Somerset. They've worked out that if you take the pace off, very, very hard to score aerially.
We have a left-hander with us, the first of the day, Spencer Johnson, who stayed with us for Somerset's reply here, because Spencer Johnson is rapid. Very, very fine cricketer. A good coup for Surrey to get him in. Well, they need some runs from him here, because 15 balls is a lot in a T20 game, and that's what Surrey's final pair have to try and chisel out. He's gone up for it. Umpire not interested. Pitched outside.
If you analyse the Surrey innings, Phil, you take some of the dismissals look quite soft. You say 4 catches to the guy at deep square leg.
Yeah, it's been the story. So Surrey will take, they will have to take that from here on in, really. A run of ball at least gets them up to 170. Look at this LB from earlier. Pitched outside quite comfortably. Yeah, run of ball gets to 171.
Just fall short. The diving Green. At the end of Ben Green's spell, 4 overs for 32. What a hell of a spell from the Somerset all-rounder. One of the stars of their campaign last year. 30 wickets at 16 in their victorious run in 2023. 4 wickets today. It's an interesting season that you've got a peculiarly short run-up. Doesn't bowl at a great pace. He's clearly a very canny bowler, not just with his change of pace, but change of length as well. A good adapter.
So it's going to be Jake Ball round the wicket to the left-hander. 2 to go. I'm certainly feeling pretty good about things as it stands. Just remember, folks, surreybroadcast@gmail.com. Get your emails in. We'll go through those at half-time. Leg side, disappointing by Jake Ball. Got to get himself loose. This is a key part of Somerset's innings here. They have to just hold this together. They've been superb in the latter part. Big run. It's a... Oh, and he's missed. And all 3 to aim for. I mean, it's a wild run, but I can understand desperate times. Cameron Steele feeling like he's the senior batter. He needs to be on strike for every possible available delivery left of this innings, this stop-start innings.
Somerset done an amazing job. It's not just the wickets, the runs are totally stopped from a Surrey point of view. 10 minutes ago we were talking about 210, 220. Surrey here do well to get to 165.
And again, a pattern emerging here. And this pass by Jake Ball, running his fingers across the ball and just gripping it into the pitch alongside that channel, just inside the tram line, so no threat of a wide. And it's been his go-to approach. You just wonder, does Cameron Steele give himself a chance, try and scoop one over the man on the 45? Nothing doing with that one, right in the block hole. And we can only squeeze it out for a single. Van der Merwe doing the work. Doing this very well.
There might be people at home wondering why sometimes circles don't really work in the game of cricket. Sometimes they do. Sometimes on pitches they really sit up and become almost easier to hit. But today there's been almost a popping quality to them. The bounce has surprised batters. In fact, it's particularly difficult to time.
Gone up for it, but that will be drifting down the leg side. And in fact, they're going to pick up a leg by. So Surrey will take that. Getting Cameron Steele back on strike. You stay with us at half-time, because Yaz will be talking to John Surtees about his latest podcast with the great Tom Holland. We'll come to that later on. Slapped into the covers, but just for a single. Yeah, John and Tom, an unlikely couple, but they're doing some great work, recounting the history and the stories of this great ground and its surrounding areas. John will be talking to Yaz at the break about the genesis of that podcast and where it's going to go from here. Strap yourselves in, folks. Also going to have highlights as well, of course, of what we've seen up until now. There's plenty of them, by the way, so do hang around. Bowled him. Leg stump clipped, and that is the end, suddenly, just like that. 163 all round. An eccentric innings, Ram.
I can't remember a T20 innings like it. Somerset totally on top early on, picking up 3 new ball wickets, Evans, Lawrence and Roy falling cheaply. Then we saw that extraordinary innings from Jamie Smith, who almost single-handedly got Surrey up to a total. He was ably supported by the skipper Ollie Pope. And at 152 for 4, you genuinely eyeing up a score north of 200. But Somerset have rolled through the Surrey lower middle order, and suddenly so 163 all out, and Somerset only need 164 to go 2 from 2.
Yeah, extraordinary innings really. Kind of lopsided and uneven innings, but will nonetheless still be remembered for a masterpiece by Jamie Smith and some brilliant insistent seam bowling from Somerset's right armers. Quickly running through the scorecard, Darren Lawrence caught Lammonby, first of 3 catches for Tom Lammonby, a brilliant outfielder. For Riley Meredith for just 3. Laurie Evans went, in fact, before Dan Lawrence in the very first over, caught a deep snare by Lammonby off Craig Oaten for 4. Jason Roy was battered and bruised across his 8 deliveries. He went for 9 in the end. Ollie Pope came in, ran 1 or 2 kamikaze singles, but survived to get up to 40 from 32. And when he was going alongside Jamie Smith, they put on 111 together. All seemed well to Surrey, but with the dismissal of Ollie Pope came the collapse. Jamie Smith eventually went for 87, bowled slightly fortuitously really for Ben Green off the boots of Jamie Smith, and he went for 87, another career best for him, 2 in 3 days now for him. 87, 38, 7 fours, 7 sixes, and then after that it was binary scores from there on in. Jordan Clark 5, Tom Curran 2. Sean Abbott also fell as for a couple. Cameron Steele was knocked out 3. Gus Atkinson went for a single, and Spencer Johnson cleaned up at the end for just 2.
And going through the Somerset bowling thing, I think all 5 Somerset bowlers all did really, really good jobs. A bit of context, there's no Lewis Gregory in this game. Somerset ordinarily both 6-man attack. Tom Lamby, although a capable seamer, not used today, having a lot of bowling, so these guys really had to be on the money today for their side. Over to the Meredith, outstanding with the new ball. Meredith picking up 2 new ball wickets, bowling with real pace. Jake Ball and Ben Green taking 4 wickets. Brilliantly effective taking pace off the ball, and even though Van der Berger went at 11, it was his dismissal of Ollie Pope that kick-started the collapse. So all 5 Somerset bowlers did an excellent job.
Here are the highlights, folks, if you missed any of it, and join us straight after these for a quick chat with John Surtees. First sign of unorthodox aggression. 1 bounce for Laurie Evans is away. Makes room this time, slaps it down to deep third, and he's straight into the palms, and he's gone. Lawrence goes, and he's gone. Straight off the hip, straight to the man at deep square. To the gap this time. Nicely timed by Ollie Pope, just a push. Oh, and he's palmed it back over for 4. Short, convincing this time. That's vintage Jason Roy. Flat and hard, straight through mid-wicket, 4 more. doesn't have to move a muscle yet again. He's found the gap this time. That does go all the way, in fact. Just limps over the boundary rope.
Yeah, really rescues that over, so he had one run from it before the final ball got hit for six.
Jamie Smith. That is a naughty shot. It's 12, 15 rows back and it's effortless.
Smith goes there and again. Six again. Third six of the evening already for Jamie Smith. He goes again. And six again. Took on the man at long off and it goes straight over his head. He goes again. And it's six.
Goes again this time, just beats the keeper. Well played by Ollie Pope. Picks up another boundary. That's gone all the way. Effortless yet again. Lowest full toss, clubbed over Craig Overton, six more. And he's played on, Ollie Pope. Should be taken, steadies himself, and a third catch for deep square leg. Bowled in. So that first 100 will not happen today for Jamie Smith, but what an innings, 87 from 38 deliveries. Nicked it off. Extra bounce by Ben Green. Thank you very much. Two in the over. Finishing in, bowled in, lob stump out the ground on your way. Picks him out. Another catch for deep square. Bowled him. Leg stump clipped, and that is the end, suddenly, just like that. Well, they're going to be treated to a special occasion.
It is going to be a good one.
Welcome back to the Kia Oval. Somerset are chasing 164. It could have been so much more at one point, Phil. But now...
Well, it'll still take some chasing.
What do you make of that score?
It's a middling score. A lot will depend on the first six, really, because if these two get going, they're as explosive as they come. Surrey are going on the attack. They've got a slip to Spencer Johnson, which makes sense.
This should be fantastic. Spencer Johnson back at the Kia Oval, the ground where he announced himself to in English cricket last year in the 100. Johnson to Banton. So a reminder that Johnson, opening the bowling with Gus Atkinson for the Oval Invincibles, bowled a 20-ball spell where he conceded just 1 run and picked up 3 wickets. In his late 20s, he's enjoyed a meteoric rise over the last couple of years. Really had some terrible troubles with injury. Barely played a game of professional cricket before he was 26. And sort of arrived, or spawned, at the BBL a couple of years ago and hasn't looked back.
Quick apology is in order, I think, Yaz, because for those of you waiting with bated breath for the dulcet tones of John Surtees, we had to bump him because the highlights ran on a wee bit, and Surrey were out there quick as well, ready to get this defence up and running. But do listen to the podcast. John Surtees and Tom Holland talking about the history of this grand old arena here. You can get it, of course, wherever you pick up your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, etc., etc. It's really great stuff and well worth listening to. Tales from the Oval with John and Tom.
100%. My notes tell me that it tells a story of the history of the Oval from before the Doomsday Book right up to the present day.
Yeah, Tom knows his stuff and then a little bit more on top of it. As does John, of course, who's steered Tom's whimsy very elegantly up until now, the ones that I've listened to.
Oh, is that a chance?
I don't think he got anything on it yet, but it went almost like a leg break, really. Just angled across the right-hander and beautifully bowled.
Yeah, judging by the reaction of keeper and slip, there's no bat on it, but that moved significantly after it passed the bat of Tom Banton. Good start here from Spencer Johnson, nailing that awkward, slightly shorter than a length area. 4 dot balls to start. Well fielded by the man at short fine leg. 5 dots to start from Surrey. Really good start from Spencer Johnson.
This is what they need as well. The tempo of an innings is so often defined by the early deliveries, and Surrey are on it here. He's just moved his man at deep square a little bit finer as well. Making quite a play of it as well. And now he's bringing deep third up and moving the man on the 45 back to the boundary. So 2 men on the leg side now and a tight ring on the off.
Maiden over to start from Spencer Johnson. Outstanding with a new ball. Somerset scoreless after 1 over. Yeah, going back to the field, Johnson having that over. There's an enormous gap between point and mid-off, and a couple of men in the ring behind you on the offside, sort of telegraphing that Johnson likes to bowl slightly shorter than usual.
Quick shout out to Paul Hyde, who writes in, great to see so many families here at the Kia Oval. 2 of my sons are up in the Galadari stand with my grandson, and my 3rd son as well is watching with me on the stream down in Portsmouth, having been to the Hampshire Kent game earlier in the piece in Southampton. I'm at home in Wimbledon. Great, he says, because Paul, that cricket is catching the public imagination.
Gus Atkinson beats the bat again. 7 dot ball to start. So that Oval Invincible pair that bowled so spectacularly against the Manchester Originals last summer, reunited here. That was the day, Phil, that Gus Atkinson touched 95 miles per hour.
Yeah, we were up in the Wisden box, up there in the Bedser stand, and caused quite a flutter watching it.
Speed gets off the mark with a quick single into the offside. Yeah, it's one of those spells that, Atkinson hasn't hit 95 miles per hour, and I know that not all speed guns are 100% accurate at all times, but that wasn't the most interesting thing. It was that he was bowling to Phil Salt and Josh Butler, and both were hopping. A seriously fast spell, and one that sort of catapulted him into England contention. Drilled through the offside by Tom Banton. He gets off the mark. Through the offside. Powerful shot, well timed.
Yeah, it was a lovely shot. Weighted on it as well. Pummeled it into the ground, which is a sign of a player in form. He's been making great strides as Tom Banton in red ball cricket.
Still only 25, been around for a long time. Tries the ramp. The shot is very comfortable playing. Oh, only very narrowly missed Banton's off stump. Yeah, Banton, if you go back 5 years ago, burst onto the scene as a 20-year-old. An incredible T20 blast campaign for Somerset. Got himself into a couple of England squads early. A couple of really encouraging performances for England. Driven again into the offside, this time behind square, and it runs away for 4 again. A second boundary in the over as Atkinson clocks 89 miles per hour. There's that pace we're talking about.
Yeah, it was there to hit, wasn't it? It was a wide-ish half volley. It's not quite what Gus Atkinson will be looking for at this point.
Yeah, maybe searching for a little early swing movement. Not quite getting his line right. Driven again for a single. 10 runs off Gus Atkinson's first over. Somerset 10 for 0.
Shout out to Henry Dawson down in Auckland, New Zealand, tuning in to the cast. It's been relatively late down there, and in fact pretty early, in fact, really early. Great stuff, Henry. He says he's hoping that his dad's watching. His dad's a big Surrey fan, despite, he writes, living in Shropshire. Great stuff, Henry. Glad you're enjoying the show. And a shout out to our very own Daniel Norcross, who writes, for the first time in my life, I've managed to make an in-flight Wi-Fi work, so I'm bathing in the warm waters of your lucid company, etc., etc., etc. Much love, lads.
Johnson in again, and the Somerset pair pinch another quick single. I thought you were briefly going to do a Dan Norcross impression.
No, I'll leave that alone. I have done one or two in my time. He's easily aped, is Daniel. He has his own style. But he's somewhere between Dallas and New York, apparently. Tuning in and watching, as he says, Jamie Smith's fireworks. They're tuning in from all over the world, yes? And I tell you what, this is an interesting game that we've got here. Run rate 8.5.
Smead knocks that into that gap we were talking about earlier, in between mid-off and point. He picks up a single.
Been very good here, the left armour. Been excellent.
Somerset noticeably more reserved in the opening stages of their innings compared to Surrey. Surrey really came out all guns blazing. Not always successfully. There was no change in the game plan at all after the loss of early wickets. Jamie Smith nearly out first ball, trying to whack it out of the park, picked up 4 with an inside edge that narrowly missed his leg stump.
It's the only false shot he played, I would say.
Stunning innings.
मैं तो स्टॉक्स में इन्वेस्ट करूंगी। क्या शिखा? किट 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 किट
Good, 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 good. Inside edge this time from Smead. We'll pick up 1. And Owen Morgan after the get to 2. Come back for 2. and they just about make it. Smeed moves on to 4. And Owen Morgan after the game said that England totally misread the pitch because of how Butler played. Butler found life so easy on what was actually quite a difficult wicket. England thought that par was 20 or 30 runs more than it actually was, and England ended up winning that game comfortably. But I wonder, from what we've seen so far, we're 20 or so overs into the contest. Jamie Smith has batted on a totally different level to everyone else we've seen so far. I'm still not really sure what a good score is on this surface.
Both bowlers have gone full. They've attacked the stumps. I guess for the first 2 or 3 with the new ball, that makes sense, but you imagine the seamers in the middle overs will perhaps go to the Somerset approach, pace off, heavy balls into the pitch. If there is any slight discrepancies in the pace in the pitch, then they can try and exploit that. Jason Roy is off the field, by the way, yes?
Jamie Smith, excellent with the bat and excellent with the glove. It's an excellent take behind the stumps. Shorter from Spencer Johnson. Banton gets a bit of glove on it. There's a serious deflection. Smith had considerable ground to make, and he made it. Takes the catch cleanly. Surrey have an early breakthrough. Somerset 16 for 1.
Yeah, look, he's a big lad as well, and he needed to stretch long and hard there, and he's picked it out the air. The smaller statured keeper probably wouldn't have been able to get a hand to that, but he gets 2 hands to it as well, which is the mark of how good his footwork is to get across. As you say, that was a significant piece of bat as well. There's a serious deflection. Brilliant catch. Everything is running for Jamie Smith as we speak, and Surrey have started excellently here, 3 overs in, 16 for 1.
Yeah, Johnson causing trouble with his awkward bounce. Tall bowler, muscular bowler, hits the pitch hard and rewarded with an early breakthrough. Clark into the attack now from the pavilion end. Clark, one of the stars of the Surrey first class side, one of the first names on the team sheet, bowls with good pace. He's one of the players who's been given a chance in the T20 side because of the absences of the likes of Sam Curran, Chris Jordan, who's top lead. Smeed looks to give himself a bit of room, but Clark follows him. So in the entirety of the 2023 season, Jordan Clark bowled 1 over for Surrey, playing a more prominent role this year.
There's an international flavour, Yaz, to our audience this evening.
Shot, that is absolutely enormous. And so nearly out the ground. That is genuinely only 3 rows away from disappearing from the Keir Oval. Slightly shorter from Jordan Clark. And Will Smeed has helped it on its way really behind square on the leg side. And we saw some serious blows from Jamie Smith earlier in the piece, but that might be the biggest 6 of the day.
It might be, it is. That is a monster.
Dropped in the crowd, by the way.
You also need to bear in mind as well that the pitch is not central. It's further to the Archbishop Tennyson School side of the ground.
Clark follows Smeed again, who outside edges it, but it races away to the deep third boundary. 10 runs in 2 balls for Smeed. He's moved on to 15 off 9 deliveries. Somerset took a little while to get going in their innings, but now 26 for 1 after 3.4 overs. A noticeably more reserved start to the Somerset innings compared to how Surrey started.
Well, I guess that's the benefit of knowing that you're chasing a decent target, but not a monstrous one. I still can't get over that 6. That's 100 metres and plenty. I haven't seen many hit out the ground that way. Think of 1 or 2. That was very close. remember Jason Roy hit one over the Galladari into the road a few years back. Marlon Samuels, I remember, picked Ryan's side bottom off his toes, lowish full toss, and it went out the ground that way towards the old cricketers' pub.
Chris Gale hit Brett Lee out the ground in the 2009 World T20.
Over the scoreboard,
yeah.
Exactly the other way from where we're looking. But that is an extraordinary shot. You understand why there are some good judges who are very excited about this kid, Will Smead.
Smead, of course, made the brave decision to effectively retire from first-class cricket before he'd made his first-class debut. It's the end of the fourth over Somerset, 27 for 1. That's something that basically no other young player has done. So it's fascinating to see how that move pays off for him.
Yeah, just going back to our international flavoured broadcast this evening. So Harry Waggett watching in from Sri Lanka. Dan and Simon, Somerset fans on holiday in the Isles of Scilly. Oh, not bad for some. Connor Peniston Bird in Greystones, or Greystones, not sure, County Wicklow Island. Raoul Megani in Canada, he's a Surrey fan thanks to his girlfriend.
Fuller from Johnson, and Smead has whacked that over the fielder at short mid-wicket to pick up 4 more. Took a couple of overs to get his eye in, but now Smead is really mooching along, 20 off 11. Talking earlier about the lengths that Spencer Johnson was bowling, that maybe his fullest delivery yet. Really trying to search for any swing that might be on offer. Sorry, going all in here. Spencer Johnson on his 3rd over on the trot. Bowled him! Smead is looking dangerous, but he's gone. Spencer Johnson has his 2nd wicket in 3 deliveries. He's removed both Somerset openers. Somerset now 31 for 2 in the 5th over.
Yeah, it's fast and straight. He's been superb here. And Surrey are really making a very strong fist of this. They've been at it right from ball 1. And they have a star, don't they, in Spencer Johnson. Came from nowhere a year or 2 back. Announced himself in the 100. And Surrey have snapped him up for the first 8 games of this year's Vitality Blast. He's the real deal. You can understand why not just county cricket are interested, but
all the franchises.
All the
franchises.
And the senior side as well in Australia. They like the look of him.
He is someone who I cannot make this point any stronger. You've got to watch him live. Because he is quick, and you really do get a better sense of pace when you see someone like him or Riley Meredith live. If you look at the replay there, it's me trying to power that through the offside, got a slight under edge, dragging the ball onto his stumps.
Keith Patterson, yes, they keep on coming. Keith Patterson tuning in from the Palm Jumeirah in Dubai. And someone called Baron Lord Ponsonby, who apparently is a big fan, somewhere in Dallas. Room 1517, folks, if you're in the neighbourhood.
Direct hit. I think Carter Cadmore might have been in a little bit of trouble.
What's been so impressive here, with no margin for error, he's been gun barrel straight. He's given nothing outside off where you can throw your hands at it. Nothing to hit at all, and so with 1 or 2 exceptions, the cover fieldsman and the point fieldsman and the backward point fieldsman, they've not really been in the game. And when you consider this is a left arm over the wicket seamer, it's outstanding accuracy here.
The line's been impeccable.
Yeah, 2.4 overs, 2 for 11.
Beats Carter Cadmore. Slightly fuller this time, and Spencer Johnson getting that ball that's nearly 5 overs old. Hooked back in to Carter Cadmore, not only very narrowly missed his off stump. 2 2 for 11 from 2.5 overs. What a spell this has been so far.
By the way, you don't have to be abroad to write in. If you're in Guildford or Taunton or wherever, then do send us a line. Great to hear from you all.
Oh, inside edge this time. Beats Jamie Smith and it will run away to the boundary before Kyler Cadmore gets off the mark. Somerset 36 for 2 after 5 overs. Really interesting to see how these two play it. Two of the most experienced batters in this Somerset lineup. No Lewis Gregory, of course, who got them over the line against Essex in the season opener the other day. Still yet to see the batter, other than Jamie Smith, find real fluency today. Atkinson continues. Direct it in, could be trouble. Just misses the stump. Rory Burns on the field, by the way, who's fielding in place of Jason Roy, who was in the wars during his brief stay at the crease. Picked up a couple of blows.
Yeah, I hope that's not too serious. I imagine it's the blow to the arm, the lower part of the arm, just above the wrist, which will be the concern. Ricocheted up to clank him on the helmet, but I think it may have been that initial blow.
Kyler Cadmore trying to give himself a bit of room. Atkinson follows him. Atkinson, I was wrong. He's not continuing, he's back into the attack. Just the one over for Jordan Clark from the pavilion end. So stability at one end from Spencer Johnson and change from the other.
You bowled Johnson out. Go for the jugular. He'll be sorely tempted.
Yeah, I can really see the argument for it. We saw Craig Overton bowl 4 straight at the top of the Surrey innings. You know, if you think about how ways in which Surrey can win this game, is running through Somerset early. And Spencer Johnson, we saw in his third over, still getting the ball to swing. It won't be swinging like that later on in the innings. Short and sharp from Atkinson, who followed Kyler Cadmore once again, but this time it's pulled wide. We're going through the Surrey bowling options. We've already seen Jordan Clark bowl 1 over. Atkinson's got 2 overs. After this, you've still got the leg spin of Cam Steele, Johnson's Aussie mate Sean Abbott, Tom Curran. Big swing from Kyler Cadmore. 5 balls at the crease, not yet looked comfortable. He's looked to be aggressive. There's no one out on the boundary on the offside, and with 2 deliveries left of the power play, Somerset batter really trying to make the most of the fielding restrictions. And that has gone for 6. And that is the second tier in the pavilion end. 2 almighty blows already in the Somerset innings. Kyler Cadmore has looked to play the big shot a couple of times already in his brief stay at the crease, but he's absolutely nailed that one.
Yeah, again, and echoes of Jamie Smith, just effortless. If you keep that foundation, if you keep your solid base.
Follows him again, and Kyler Cadmore picks up his second 6 run. Do we have a crowd catch?
We do, and it's a Stewart, folks.
No way!
What a snap!
And he's so relaxed about it, so casual.
That is a screamer. That's gone head high, flat and hard, and the boy's plucked it out of the air. Now sit down, please, folks. Give that man a contract.
Some shot from Kyler Cadmore, short and sharp from Gus Atkinson. He has flicked it over his own left shoulder, really. Stunning piece of work in the crowd by Mr. Stewart.
No inquiry necessary.
And a really good finish to the power play for Somerset. Somerset now 52 for 2 after 6 overs. Sean Abbott into the attack now for the first time today. On the theme of shout-outs, a shout-out to all 25,000 people currently watching the stream. Thank you so much for joining us, folks.
I think our producer's getting carried away. I think he wants to hear from all 25,000 of you. You do not have to, unless you particularly want to. But thanks ever so much for listening. There is our steward, what a man. Look at that, cool as ice. Just another day, paradise for the boy. I reckon that fella has shot a few balls on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen by accident.
Quite a peculiar next couple of hours for him. He's still got the day job. He's still got the day job to concentrate on.
I hope there's nothing in the small print that says the steward. I'll take $1,000 away. There really will be an inquiry.
Haven't started really well here. Bowling stump to stump, offering no width to the Somerset batters. Cramping Tom Abel for room. Concedes a run for the first time off the third delivery of the over. Full this time from Abbott, and that's flicked to the deep backward square leg fielder, who was wrong-footed a little bit and actually did really well to stop the ball going to the fence. Laurie Evans smiling wryly at that piece of fielding.
Yeah, that was nonchalant to say the least.
Abel looks to go aerial, and it goes straight to the man at long on. Rory Burns with a regulation chance, and he takes it. Surrey have their third wicket, and it's a big one. Tom Abel goes for 4. That's a big moment, Phil.
It is indeed, and he's coming off the back of an excellent 55 as well against Essex in just 32 balls, and so he's the man in form. He's a storied player. But it wasn't quite there for the shot, got slightly big on him. He's gone through with it, and in the end it's a pretty easy catch there for Rory Burns. Surrey have been absolutely on this one, feeding off the atmosphere in the crowd. That's the sense of a real spectacle now as the lights come on. And this is anyone's. 3 down. Somerset back deep, of course. They don't have Lewis Gregory in the side, and while Tom Lammerby's a very good replacement, Gregory's the kind of player you want in a situation such as this. A calm head to see you home, and so they do lose a little bit of nous with his absence. Sean Dixon is in at number 5, a solid kind of number 5, a finisher type player. Cadmore, you feel, is the main man here. Brilliant T20 player, IPL level, recently back in the country, and you feel like the innings hangs on him.
Dixon looks to get off the mark first delivery, but can't quite manage it, and that ends a very successful first over from Sean Abbott. Concedes just 2 runs and picks up the all-important wicket of Tom Abel. Somerset 54 for 3 after 7.
Yeah, we've got a good one here on the pitch. Great things happening off it too. Email coming in from Matthew Bamford Bowes saying he's watching the YouTube broadcast from home in Lewisham. He's also coach of Hatford and Cyprus junior teams, and they've got a number of people out here at the ground soaking up the sun at the Xbox family zone. There's about 50 of them there, under 13s, under 11s, under 9s. And he just wants to make a shout out to all the incredible hard work and tireless enthusiasm they make coaching absolutely worth every single moment. What a beautiful email by Matthew Bamford Bowes there. Right, spin for the first time. of the innings, and that's gone hard and fast and long and into the crowd. Well, that's one way to treat the leg spinner. One delivery by Cameron Steele, popped back straight back past him for 6. You feel like Tom Kohler-Catmore, who's kicked around the edges of the IPL, got his chance when Josh Buttler left to come back home for Rajasthan, didn't really pull up too many trees, and he feels, I reckon, like he's itching to get into his season. 24 from 9 now. Emma Calvert is back on the mark.
Back, yeah. I'm still not over the Stuart Crowd catch. What a grab.
Did you see it live? Did you?
I did, yeah.
It was spectacular.
Get him signed up.
Yeah, there's just perhaps a slight issue in the crowd here. We hope everything's okay. That was a hard hit, flat and hard into the lower stand, just below that sight screen, and we hope that nobody's done a nuisance here. We're just waiting to see. Yeah, I think we are hearing that somebody's worn one here. Hopefully nothing too serious. So just pause in the entertainment for a while. And so yeah, Emma, talk me through this afternoon.
Yeah.
South East Stars, 4 wins, undefeated, 1 no result, top of the league. Certainly they were a couple of hours ago. I think there's been another game this evening, but
Yeah.
can't be asking for much more than that.
No, we can't. We've had an incredible start to the Charlotte Edwards campaign. The girls have been super impressive, as they were today. I mean, we thought Vipers were probably 20-30 light, and I think we showed that when we came out to bat as well. It's a good deck out there.
Who really stood out then for you?
Like I said, in the first innings, Danny Gregory had a fantastic spell, and then obviously opening partnership of Brian Sophia Dunkley. They put on 47 for the first wicket, which is a great start, and then Sophia going on to get her half century.
Yeah, Bryony Smith signed a contract to commit herself to Surrey from next year, of course, when it's all changed.
Yeah.
Revolution in women's cricket in this country, of course, and those 8 counties are now going fully professional, aligned with their male counterparts, and Bryony is the first big signing, certainly the first big signing that I've heard about. I'm sure you have a few more in the pipeline.
There's a couple more under wraps just for now, yeah, but no, I think it was only right. Bryony was the first signing. She's led South East Stars through this regional period, and I think just moving into the new Tier 1 structure, it's going to be really exciting for Bryony to lead her childhood side out here.